Hey guys, it's been a hot minute, so I have a little bit of a head cold, but we're gonna ignore that. Um, Today I had a surprise hike happen. Um, we're going out with my friend Audrey. She brought me somewhere that I've never been before. The World War II bunkers out here, I guess, close to where I live. So we're gonna go check that out and see how that works out. I've got a bunch of new gear, some of which I might not get to try. But starting with new trekking poles, I've got a hydration bladder that I'm actively using, and a couple other things. So, all right, we're gonna go figure out where she went because she just kind of abandoned me here. But yeah, we'll see in a bit. So apparently, a couple of these places are open, and as you can tell, they're echoey. Not super big, but that echo is like monstrous. And human beings being awful creatures, the place is trashed, obviously. But still pretty neat. I mean, you said there's what, 8 of these out here? And only a couple are fully open. Okay. But, neat. Wave to the people, Audrey. Wave. Don't turn that light on. Don't do it, you bitch. Okay, so pretty easy for this one. We're headed back out now. Audrey is looking at possibly a different hike. Might get a 2-for-1 deal this time. Uh, it's not terribly long. Very interesting, but not terribly long. And as you can see, it's pretty much just this the whole way. So, definitely beginner friendly. Little muddy, so make sure you have your waterproof gear. Did get to test out the Sawyer Mini. Works really well. The trekking poles, I'm not really noticing much of a difference in like ease of walking so far, but then again, it's mostly flat, so I might not. I may also be using them incorrectly. I don't know. I've never used trekking poles. The hydration bladder is a godsend. Did get a little bit of a history on the bunkers there from the game warden. Apparently they were, he said, commissioned in 41 for TNT storage. Finished in 42 and then used for about 6 months because we switched over to more synthetic explosives. So, very expensive arts and crafts project for the government. Um, Anywho, we're headed back out. Catch up when I let you know where we're going next, I guess. Okay, back to the car. Honestly, there wasn't really a whole lot to show you guys on this one, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. Kind of see the back end of one of the bunkers here, that little mound right there. We might not be getting a second hike in this time, just because of time constraints. But it was good. It was a nice one. Again, a little muddy, but given the weather we just had, not surprising. It's a good day for it. I definitely rate this one as beginner friendly. We did run into a game warden because it is technically state game lands. Didn't say much, just, asked us how we were doing, making sure we were good, and then he moved on. couple pieces of gear I didn't get to test out today, but probably will in the future. I got a new cat hole trowel. I also got a new long-handled spork, a backcountry bidet, and I think that's it for the new. Well, no, my stove. I got a new stove, and pot set that I haven't tried out yet. No real purpose for it this time around, but yeah. Tracking poles work nicely. I do want to get a better set eventually because those are just, like a $20 set from Walmart. And I'm not a big fan of the twist to lock. I'm way too aware that mechanism catches and breaks really easily. I would like to get some clamp locks. Hydration bladder worked out great. Again, tested the Sawyer Mini. That worked out great. Yeah. Other than that, pretty good hike. And I'd recommend it for anybody starting out that just wants to get some extra steps in. There's plenty of different paths to go. It all kind of loops back around, so no chance of getting lost. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. So that's it for now. Get out there and do it. Have a good hike.
Pulled the YouTube equivalent of forgetting to
take 67 because I forgot to fucking press record. I'm joking. It's only take 2.
I feel like this isn't the first time we've accidentally made that mistake either.
It's not.
Fucking YouTube equivalent of forgetting to take the fucking lens cap off.
Right? Anyway, like I said, but you didn't hear me. The trail's pretty easy to follow. It's an even uphill grade. At least to a certain point. I think it's supposed to start going downhill here in a bit when we turn. But the trail in, pretty even uphill grade. Not a whole lot of elevation gain. We've only got 20 minutes of hiking in, and we're already a little over half mile in. Our biggest contender is that it is a bit of a mud swamp right now. The trail is a bit of a river. Alternatively, it is still very pretty out here. I do not doubt the beauty. I do feel like it will only get better from here when, spring is in full fucking bloom. But yeah, hydration bladder's working well, despite the fact that I lost a half a liter on the floor in the kitchen because I forgot to close the valve after I dried it out last time. Alternatively, our last misadventure, this is going much better than our last misadventure, which, those were not roads, and I really wish the All Trails app had mentioned that.
Again, going back to the tagline of this channel, but did you die?
We did not die. That's true. So, I'm hoping now that the weather's getting better, we'll be getting out here more often, and I'll be uploading more regularly. So I still didn't have the winter gear last year to hike through winter. I just didn't have it. So, hopefully, with, everything like that going on sale, I'll be able to grab some stuff. But, we have a few miles ahead of us still. Like I said, this trail is a little under 2.5 miles in a loop. So, alright. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Babbling Creek, doo-da-doo. Little babbling brook. Okay, so we are, one second. So we're not very far from where our last check-in was, but this is about 0.75 miles into the trail. It's just a stone wall ruin. Not entirely certain what it was. There is next to no information on the All Trails app. My guess is, given where we're at, it is either... a foundation for an old cabin, or most likely, more likely, an old watershed of some kind. Just because we're literally like neck deep into the water authority right now. Ow, ow, ow. Hey, look, there are spikes on that. But it's still neat. Still a cool thing. Figured we'd share. Okie doke. Hope I don't get haunted. Bye. Found a well. Hello. It's not that deep. But it definitely used to be a well. You can still hear the water trickling through it. And people are assholes because there's trash in there.
Classic.
Of course. Why respect nature? That's just silly, apparently. The well is located near these other set of ruins, which I'm slightly more convinced is a house than the other one. Just by shape and scope, mildly more convinced this used to be a house. Or several. You can see over there and in that direction, that line of moss, that is not a log. That's a foundation of some kind. There's more over there. Yeah, rather large home if it was a home. Again, I don't know. I can't speak with any authority on it. But it looks rather convincingly like a house. In my personal fucking opinion. Or at least like a house's foundation. Would have been a rather large root cellar if it was. Neat! Again, hope I don't get haunted. Okay, so we can stop speculating. I found a plaque. Edward R. Remington, the Remington Ruins. That's what this one that we're currently standing at is. This right now. Say hello. Okay. Edward R. Remington, the original owner, came to Lycoming County in 1843. He purchased a small mill and engaged in lumbering, marble quarrying, and vineyard businesses. Okay? So, lumber baron. Got it. With his wife Elizabeth, he had 5 children, and by the year 1905, had acquired 1,500 acres in the Mosquito Valley. The old Remington homestead was situated on an open hillside sloping to Remington Run. The original building itself was quaint, old-fashioned, cottage-like structure with a surrounding porch, a well, and a spring house on the right, which can still be seen today. A son, Edward Pym Remington, acquired the property in 1905, sold it to the Williamsport Water Company, and then leased it back for a period of 10 years. He rebuilt the cottage into a grand estate at the cost of $50,000. I will do some math on what that would be in today's money later. Maybe post that at the end of the video. It included a barn, stable, spring house, large ice house, dam to supply water, and a skating pond. Jesus fuck. The 20-room, 2-story house had bathrooms on each floor, unheard of in the valley at that time. The younger Mr. Remington was reportedly an executive of a New York advertising firm. Well, that makes sense. And his I can talk, I promise. Aristocratic lifestyle and notable visitors were the talk of the valley. The last residents of the manor were his sisters, Maria and Anna. The property was abandoned before the end of the lease period and fell into disrepair, silent, and empty. Huh. Do not disturb historical artifacts so that others may view them.
Yeah, there's a fucking memo for you people.
Fucking right. There's already fucking trash in the goddamn well. But, you know, hey, whatever. This sign made possible through Eagle Scout projects. Yay! Support your local scouts, people. But, yeah, no, like, you can still see a lot of the additional foundations. Like I said, you can tell some of it was added on later. Neat.
I guess $50,000 got you a lot in 1905.
Right? I'm going to have to do some math on that. I might be able to find a converter online.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you...
Because adjusting for inflation, that's probably quite a lot.
I
I mean, $50,000 for a 20-bedroom, or sorry,
20
20-room,
right.
a 20-room estate with a spring house, a well, a dam, a skating pond. Like, that's...
My best
Today you'd pay 2.5 for that, I think.
my best guesstimate would have been a couple mil. This is what it's worth in
Probably.
today's money.
Probably. That is pretty cool, though.
Oh yeah.
I might snap a picture of that before we leave. Just cuz. But, neat. Photographer Joe. Okay, so we are just about a mile in now. I did pull out my trekking poles because the mud was getting kind of slippery on the downgrade there. But they work out really well. Nice stabilization. Being something I picked up at Walmart for 20 bucks. They were on sale. Your boy loves a bargain. But we seem to have found the dam that plaque was talking about. Let me see if I can't. Can you hold those for just a second? Let's see if I can get a good angle here on it. Two shakes. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to flip the camera around. Okay. See if I can get a good angle on this thing. So I have to go up a little bit further. Don't mind me and my not great running sounds. Fat guy shouldn't run. Alright, let's see if we can't zoom in a little bit. There we go. So that looks to be the dam. Obviously in disrepair, still letting water flow through, but not the majority. The rest is back there. There is some stoppage still happening over here. You can see where the wall starts here. And it's kind of tries to follow what would have been the natural curve. I can imagine as the rain gets higher, the water does too. But because I mean, like as you can see, there's still a fair amount of blockage. But yeah, neat. I like old stuff. Joe is currently gathering water so that we can make lunch, because my hydration bladder does not want to cooperate, despite the fact that it dumped water all over the floor before I even left today. But now when I open the valve, it says, no, you're not allowed. So we're going to run it through the Sawyer Squeeze Mini and hopefully make some lunch. Okay, so we've stopped. We're making some lunch. This is the first time I've ever used this stove. It is the Soto stove. It came with 2 pots, which was great. This is the larger of the 2. The other one is over on the log for now, mainly because I don't need it. And I'm probably going to give it to Joe to eat out of, to be fair. Right now we're boiling some water. We're going to make some tea. That way the tea has time to cool while we're making our food. We're going to make some tea first. We did have to get some water from a creek, so that's, fun. Because my valve decided it did not want to cooperate with me. Opened it all the way, still wouldn't flow. I know there's still water in it. It's being ridiculous. I know I haven't drank 2 liters of water on the way here. Like, that's ridiculous. We are about almost exactly halfway. We are at 1.26 miles according to the All Trails app. The trail itself is registered at 2.4 miles. So again, we pretty much exactly halfway, which was completely accidental. We did not check that. We just looked for a spot to sit. That wasn't as muddy or swampy as the rest. And this part has a log. Like, that's it. That was it. Our only indication. But it does seem to be working really well. I do like the Soto stove. It's got the auto igniter and the toggle in case to adjust the flame height, which is nice. I do have it set pretty high right now because the water from the river is pretty cold. And, you know, brand new can of fuel, I should be fine. Again, like I said, first time I've ever used it. This is, honestly, it's going really well. I've got a pot holder just in case. I don't think I should need it. The handles are insulated pretty well. But just in case, you never know. And of course, I am Team Spork. Fuck you, spoon people. Sorry, not sorry.
Are you, though?
I said not sorry. And because I'm not a complete degenerate, I have, like I said, my dehydrated meals that I bought, I did not realize when I bought them that they were not resealable. However, this is what we have today. Joe has chosen that we are going to eat creamy chicken flavored rice. I also brought with me creamy potato soup, but I'm not opening both. I also brought 2 packs of the Star-Kissed chicken breast in like the foil packs. I do have a pack out bag. It's hanging off my trekking poles right now. And because I'm white, but I'm not that white, I brought spices. If my mother watches this one, she's gonna get a kick out of that. I did clear away the dry leaves away from the stove. I know it's not an open fire, but it's still better safe than sorry. I will move that back when we leave, because leave no trace. For now, that's it. I will update you guys once, food is cooked and we're chowing down. Okay. So, I completely forgot to bring a spare spork or something for Joe, so he's using mine right now, which is fine. I will use it in a moment. But this is what our meal turned out like. I know, so appetizing, isn't it? It actually does smell really good. It looks really good. And if you've been here since episode 1, you will recognize that creamy chicken flavored rice is the meal that I was eating when I ran from the bear. So hey, look at that! I made food and there's not a bear.
Not yet, anyway.
Don't put that out there. Don't put that out there. I just got my wife to stop making fun of me for that shit.
Again, but
Like,
you die.
I did not, but that's not the point. Also, I think my mom finally forgot about it, so let's not put that out there. So, but no, it's a nice, really peaceful spot. I'm honestly surprised there aren't more people out here. I know it's like 40-some degrees, but it's a nice day.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like flabbergasted that there aren't more people out here on trail today.
I mean, there were a couple cars besides ours.
Well, they might be on the Raccoon Mountain Trail. That one's a little longer.
Yeah.
Remember?
That's true.
I just wanted to do a different one today. So, Joe, is it good?
Very good.
Trail cooking. Woo. So, but yeah, I think we've done a really good job today. I might just drink this. I'm gonna do it. That's me testing if the pot's gonna burn my face. Joe's not looking. Don't choke. That is what she said. Or he. I could go either way, really. It's good. Probably could have let the rice rehydrate a little bit more. But it's not bad. I mean, that's really good.
Yeah. Agreed.
And I didn't have to add a whole lot of spices to it, but it did need more salt.
That's alright.
Okay. Bon appetit. We'll see you in a minute. So the flies have helped themselves to our tea, unfortunately. No big deal. It was a nice thought, but we didn't quite get to it in time. Ooh, caterpillar. You have a woolly worm next to you, Joe.
What's that?
Woolly worm.
Oh, nice.
Neat. But food was good. Joe finished his, and now he's finishing mine because I have a tiny stomach now. Well, actually, I'm on medications to help me shrink my stomach, so. Because weight loss is difficult for me. Hormones. I think I almost made Joe make a spit take of creamy rice, and that was just gonna be hilarious. It was this close.
Just about.
So, as the weather gets nicer, I am planning on ramping up my schedule. We got a few other people that are like interested in coming out and hiking with me. I don't really like hiking alone. I will hike alone, but I don't really like it. It's not as fun. And then I have, it's not set in stone, but I have my date for hitting the AT next year set somewhere around April 14th or 15th, maybe. Possibly a little bit later than that. Not quite sure. It'll just depend on how the cards lay for that. There's a band of sunlight just laying across my face. Oh, well, that fixed it. This little stove worked out so well. It was super fast. It's already cooled off. Like, just so we're clear, that's a bad way to test if your stove is still hot. Don't do that. Don't be like me. But it's already cooled off. With the toggle to control the flame height and the sorry, rice stuck in my teeth. And the auto igniter, it was definitely worth the money I paid for it. Again, it was a soda stove. Came with the 2 pots, just this little one and the bigger one that Joe now has. It came with a carrying case for the stove and a carrying sack for the pots, and everything just nests inside each other, which I fucking love. Including the fuel can, which the fuel can I got at Walmart. It's a Coleman. Mostly because by the time I realized I needed fuel, we didn't have time to stop at like REI or get it off of Amazon or anything. So I just went to a Walmart, grabbed a can, went from there. It's still pretty full. I mean, I don't know if you can hear that, but it still feels pretty heavy. At least as far as fuel feels heavy. It's not heavy, but you get what I mean. Like, it still has the heft of plenty of fuel in it. I'm probably going to get quite a few more uses out of it, thankfully. When Joe is done, which sounds like he is scraping the bottom now, we're going to go down to the river, rinse everything out, get packed up, and get on our way. We're going to make sure all of our trash is packed out, and I will put the leaves back where they were to make sure that we leave no trace. So, rinse everything out in the river, go from there. Yeah. So, catch up with you guys in a bit. And now you can't tell we were ever here. This is what leave no trace means. Stop being dumbasses. Pick up your trash. Okay, so we've hit the 2 mile point, and this is where it's going to start looking a little familiar. So this is the lead in to the Raccoon Mountain Trail, which connects us back out to where we started. So the thing I like about the trails up here is that they're all kind of interconnected. You can be on one, and then if you want to, you can connect all of them and do multiple miles in one day. Like if we did the Bluebird and the Raccoon Mountain Trail in the same day, we'd be doing upwards of like 10 miles. Well, no, not that much, but close. We'd be doing close to 10 miles in one day, which isn't bad. That's an average for your average everyday through hiker. Does about 10 to 15 miles in a day. And you could do this easily because like we've done both of these trails. They're fairly flat.
Yeah.
They're pretty well kept. Like they're pretty good trails. But no, again, if you saw the Raccoon Mountain video, this lead in will look very familiar to you because this is the same lead in and lead out for that trail. Remember, the Raccoon Mountain Trail is a lollipop, stick in, loop around, stick back out. Whereas the Bluebird Trail, which is what this is connected to, is a loop. It's a solid loop. So, you know, we're doing pretty good. We're almost done. Again, we're at the 2 mile mark, so we've got about 0.4 miles to go, which should lead us right back to the car. So, we'll check in with you guys there. Okay, so before we head all the way out, we found another plaque for another set of ruins, although you cannot see them for all the overgrowth, so that's fine. This one's for the Mosquito Valley School. On this spot stood the Mosquito Valley School. It served 24 families, 24 or so families of the valley from 1872 to 1925. It's a classic one-room school with one teacher for about 30 to 50 students from 1st to 8th grade. Through the 53 years of its existence, about 25 teachers served here, most educated at Muncie Normal School. Basic school, kind of background kind of thing. 2 cloakrooms, potbelly stove, 1 large Webster's dictionary. What? Huh? Sorry. I was reading the the recess games included Fox and Rabbit, 3-cornered cat, Crack the Whip, snowball fights, and shooting marbles. I don't know if I want to know what Crack the Whip was. I feel like I don't. Because all of the children's faces in this school picture from 1895 to 1896 are very pale, and I don't want to know what Crack the Whip was. I might Google it later and see if I'm wrong, but I don't think I want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. We're going to walk away now. All right. We will see you guys in a bit. Okay, so we are back to the car. Trail done. I think we did a pretty good job. Actual hiking time, I will find out in a second. I haven't looked at it yet. There's going to be a little bit of a voiceover at the end of this one. Or at least me sitting in front of the desk at home after I do some of the research that I promised you guys. Figuring out how much $50,000 would be in today's money from 1905. And something else. I can't remember what I said I was going to look at. But, whatever. I'll probably think of it later. I was going to find out if I was right about what Crack the Whip might be. Pardon me, my nose itched. So, give this trail, I'd say 10 out of 10. I love this trail. I love both. I love all the trails out here. They're nice. They're easy. They're simple to get onto, especially if you're new at it. I don't really need everything in my pack right now, but the only reason I'm carrying my pack is so that I can get used to the weight. CAT is a big one, and I don't want to fuck it up. Because I'm not used to carrying 20-some pounds on my back, you know. Afternoon.
Hello. He's not saying I want to go home. He's content.
I would recommend this trail to new hikers. I would recommend this trail to anybody that just wants to get out and walk and enjoy nature. It's super easy. Like, yes, there's a bit of an uphill incline, but it's pretty gradual. Even the downhill incline on the other end of it isn't that bad. It would have been better if it wasn't so muddy. Given that it is on the watershed, though, I would recommend waterproof shoes. And be prepared for mud. You're gonna get mud. It doesn't matter. As always, leave no trace. Hike your own hike. And just because, in case it wasn't obvious fuck enough, fuck ice and fuck Trump.